President Cyril Ramaphosa is expected to rally the ANC's top leadership behind the party line as preparations intensify for next year's local government elections. The ANC has convened a two-day special NEC meeting to thrash out its local government strategy and finalise plans for its election campaign. This comes as Ramaphosa acknowledged that deep-seated factional battles within the ANC have spilled into municipalities, weakening governance. In the last municipal elections, the ANC secured just 45.5% of the vote, and recent opinion polls suggest its support continues to slide. For more, we are joined by Newzroom Africa's Qaanitah. Qaanitah, a very good morning to you. So, as mentioned, the president, when he was in the Northwest and speaking to that provincial leadership, he really cited some of those factional battles being the impact of what service delivery has become, particularly in that province. With this gathering, what would you think the ANC NEC needs to refocus on in terms of their strategies in order to yield better results for next year's local government elections?
Well, Kriko, the president spoke about radical accountability and talking about putting in place mechanism for immediate consequences for deployees and, bureaucrats who do not deliver on their mandate. He spoke about, not waiting for people to mess up and obviously taking immediate action when there's performance agreements are breached. Now, the basis of this meeting here, the ANC NEC, where the top 100 or so of the ANC's top leadership will gather here for the next 2 days, is to focus on a plan of action. The ANC obviously was majority was reduced in the 2021 municipal elections. It had 45.5% of votes cast. The party had less than half of all councils. They had less than half of it they had a majority in. If you look at the councils, the ANC only had a majority in Buffalo City, and it hung on by thread in Mangaung. So very sobering reality that the ANC has to contend with to figure out whether or not they're able to reverse this trend, as all empirical data showing from the Auditor General, from Parliament, from the Department of Cooperative Governance, that there seems to be a weakening of local government and not an improvement in many ways. Now, the ANC has an enormous task. It will have to field something like 10,400 or so candidates for the municipal elections. This obviously comes from their branches. In the past, there has been a lot of contestation about who makes it onto the party list for local government elections. They now want to get their ward councillors, the incumbent ward councillors, in order, trying to clean things up ahead of the next year's election, and then start processes to obviously field candidates and to nominate people who the community can support. I'm going now to step a little back and show you that the NEC meeting is obviously going to start in a little bit. The president is said to have arrived. He will be entering this room very shortly. But let me speak very quickly to the ANC spokesperson. Thank you very much for your time. This is an important meeting. The local government elections is some 18 months away. Do you think the ANC has learned the lesson from the 2021 municipal election, where it received 45% of the vote? And do you see the party increasing from that result?
Well, this is, as you say, Qaanitah, this is a very specific meeting that is focusing on local government, and a big part of the discussion today and tomorrow is going to be focusing on our strategy and focusing on an assessment of the work that we are doing in the different municipalities where the ANC hold sway. And we are also going to be discussing that just ahead of the roll call that takes place on Monday, where the ANC is convening all of its councillors from across the country. We're looking here at 4,853 councillors to basically come up with a roadmap that takes us into the next election, and that also looks at the challenges that we are currently facing in different municipalities, and identifying the kinds of things that we need to be doing to basically give a sense of confidence, among our people where we are in governance. So we are looking forward. We are quite confident of the work that we are going to be doing in the next 2 days. We are also confident of our capacity to reclaim the lost ground where there has been the lost ground.
And what gives you that confidence?
Well, what gives us that confidence is because just have a look at metros, have a look at eThekwini municipality, where we've seen a lot of a turnaround in so far as service delivery. Have a look at the Johannesburg.
But there have been protests this week about water, which is a basic human right in Johannesburg. So is that an indication of a turnaround?
Well, there have been protests, and part of the reason why there are protests is precisely because our people can see that work is being done to turn issues around. And so we are going to be tackling and discussing those protests and how we must actually respond to the cries by our people. The water is one of the most prominent issues that we are going to be discussing in the coming day and tomorrow. And we are absolutely confident that we have the capacity to turn things around. We are confident of the fact that if for instance, Qaanitah, have a look at the by-election outcomes that the ANC has been experiencing in the last while, and the fact that I see now the SG is calling me, and the fact that we still continue to get support from our people in these by-elections, that has to say something, because our people have got their own agency, and for the fact that they continue to vote the ANC in these by-elections has a lot to say about trust levels. That as much as there are difficulties, but our people continue to believe that the ANC is capable of turning our fortunes around. And so that's what we're going to be doing.
Thank you very much. And there you have it. As the ANC prepares to start its 2-day special NEC meeting, focusing acutely on service delivery. As you heard from the ANC spokesperson, there will be a roll call of more than 4,500 ANC councillors on Monday, where they give them the line of march. And very shortly, when the president arrives, we will hear from his opening address that sets the tone for the meeting ahead.